Okay, you should be able to see my screen now. You should be able to see me, hear me, and see my screen. Let me turn my chat off here on Facebook. So let's turn off the chat. Let's turn off everybody so I don't get pinged with a zillion messages. And today on the Profit Power Hour, we're going to go over a really cool strategy that is going to blow your mind. And it piggybacks a little bit off of what we learned the other week. This is a 100% meat and potatoes training, okay? So there's just content. That's all we're focusing on today. I do want to show you all one thing real quickly. So everybody always makes fun or laughs about the ginger ales that I'm always drinking. And, you know, I drink hot tea and coffee, but ginger ale is, my drink of choice. And when Vic and Harriet came to the studio, they looked in the fridge, and all I had was like a bunch of ginger ales at our studio. And I've got this great picture right here of our good friend Vic. Now, Vic said that Vic said when he came in, he's like, "Do you have ginger ale? I want to see what this is all about." So this is Vic. This is from my Facebook page on January 5th. But I got a good shot of Vic here drinking a nice, fresh, ice cold ginger ale. And now, before we get started with the training, have you ever seen somebody so happy? Have you ever seen somebody enjoying life so much like Vic is right there with that ginger ale? I mean, I just got to say, it is a phenomenal. Victor's on here right now. He said, "Owl saggy." Yep, I've got the owl on. All right. So, anyways, I thought this was really funny. I was looking at it earlier. Now let's get down to business, and we'll chat a little bit here at the end. So, I'm going to pull up my whiteboard, of course, and we're also going to do some interactive training live here on the webinar. So first, let me just pull this up, and we should be good to go. Okay, sweet, sweet. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to pull up my whiteboard here. Oh, there I am. Let's just get that down. And let's do new movie recording, and I will show y'all this strategy. Okay. So let's just see here. Adrian's iPad. And there we go. Okay, cool, 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 cool. All right. So I gotta say, like, I really am excited about this. This is really cool. And it's something that 2 weeks ago, I had no idea what this was. Like, literally 2 weeks ago, if you had asked me about this, I wouldn't have known what you were talking about. But, this is why it's important to network, and it's important to learn from others and talk to other people. So maybe it was last week or the week before, my brain is kind of fried from all the stuff that's been going on, but we had someone come on and teach this strategy with this tool called Sniply. I'm going to show it to you here in just a second. And I started thinking about it this week, and I started using it myself, and I was like, wow, this really is in my mind, it's revolutionary. It just makes it so simple. So what I want to talk about is two things. All right, so let's start out with, ooh, that's way too thick. Let's make it a little bit thinner. Okay, so today's training, we're going to talk about two main things, okay? This is meat and potatoes, and it's super important. I believe it is, okay? So, number one, the first thing that we're going to talk about here is how to leverage what I call OPC. All right, so write that down. OPC. Now, what does OPC stand for? OPC stands for, let me just put it in parentheses. Well, let's do it like, let's say blue parentheses. OPC stands for other people's content. All right? So we're going to talk about leveraging other people's content. Listen, I'm not creative. I don't want to go find like do viral blog posts and all that stuff. I just want to make ads and make money. How many of you in here just want to make ads and make money? Just say me if you just want to make ads and make money. That's all I want to do. I don't want to write a blog. I don't want to put content. I don't want to do that stuff. And for the most part, you don't have to. But if you can build a couple of things with leveraging OPC and having content on your page is you can build more of a like a cult following for your brand. Okay, so you can build a better following because you deliver content. That's always going to be the case. Okay, more content. You know, people appreciate that. They like it. It's fun. They enjoy it. And they're more likely to come back and look for more content. So I want to talk about leveraging other people's content with your Facebook marketing just to build credibility, but how you can scoop up extra sales and stuff as well. All right. Now, the second thing that we're going to talk about, and for me, is actually the funnest. If we're being honest, would be the funnest part. Is what I call, let's say, hijacking my own content. Wait a second. Hijacking my own content? What does that mean? Well, you can use this strategy with your own content, but you pretty much have a different goal in mind. All right, so we're going to leverage other people's content, but we're going to hijack our own content. Now, why would I want to hijack my own content? Well, one big reason for this is going to be to build my Instagram. We're going to talk about building my Snapchat. All right, we're also going to talk about building my Twitter. All right, and last but not least, and I'm sure there's more, going in and building my YouTube. Okay? Now, how many of you in here have fan pages right now? You've got fan pages, you're building your fan pages, as you're marketing your ads, you've got people coming in and liking your fan page. So you've got 1,000, 10,000, whatever. I've got fan pages with hundreds of thousands of fans on them. Yeah, all right. That is a byproduct of the advertising that we're already doing. All right, so fans are a byproduct. They just happen. When you're marketing ads on Facebook, people are going to like your fan page. That's the way it is. That is why Facebook is not listed right here. But you don't have to build your Facebook page up. It builds itself as you start marketing ads. How many of you understand what I'm saying? Teresa says your southern drawl just came out. Yeah, I'm still a good old Mississippi boy. All right, so with public speaking, sometimes I lose my accent a little bit. All right, so we're not talking about Facebook here. We're talking about our other social media assets. And I have to tell you right now that if you are able to come in here and build up your Instagram, all right, this is huge. Being able to build up your Instagram for free, leveraging the traffic you already have. Build up your Instagram while you're building up your Facebook fan page. I know a lot of you, I know a lot of y'all think Snapchat's silly, and some of you have messaged me and said, Adrian, I refuse to follow you on Snapchat because I'm not downloading Snapchat. But the bottom line is that what I've always taught is that nobody cares what I think. Nobody cares what you think. What matters is what's working, right? And the fact of the matter is Snapchat is going to be huge for e-commerce and marketing. Mark my word, Snapchat is going to be massive for e-commerce and marketing because you don't have to pay for any of the views. It is completely free. People choose to watch your Snapchat. So imagine if you've got a Snapchat for your store. Let's just say, and you've got a Snapchat, I'm sorry, you have a store that sells model cars, okay? This is a model of my Mercedes SLS, all right? My dad got this for me. But let's just say that you sell little model cars like this. And now you've got a bunch of followers on your Snapchat, okay? Every day you Snapchat a new model car, or every day you Snapchat a new promotion. They're actually getting on Snapchat, clicking on your channel, watching your video promotions. That there is a lot of effort that is being put into that. There's a lot of effort that goes into following somebody and looking at their Snapchat. So I want to say this. You've got Facebook clicks and Instagram clicks. They're valuable. But Snapchat clicks are more valuable than anything that you see on the screen right now, because Snapchat, as a lot of you know, takes a significant amount of effort to go in and actually use it. All right? So how many of you in here would agree with me on that? Just say yes. Okay? Now, you've got to be a practitioner, right? So why do you think I started using Snapchat this year? I started using Snapchat because I wanted to get comfortable on it. I wanted to see what it was all about. And look, my days are pretty boring. I sit here in this room. I don't even have art behind this desk. My other office is over there, but this is my stand-up desk. And I look at Facebook ads and watch how much money I'm making all day. I've got awesome cars, but I don't go anywhere. So, you know, this is boring. But I Snapchat. I try to find things to Snapchat. Anyways, this isn't about Snapchat. That's just me ranting. Snapchat is powerful. You want to build a following on there for your e-commerce store. Build a Snapchat account for your e-commerce store, okay? Not for you personally, but for your e-commerce store. And then you've got Twitter, which is kind of going down, but, you know, Donald Trump still uses it. And then you got YouTube, which is a powerhouse. These are all sources where you can reach your followers. And, you know, brand awareness is one of the most important parts of building a real long-term business, is brand awareness, okay? Now, brand awareness means that everywhere people are, they see you. When you're watching television, you see McDonald's. When you're driving down the block, you probably see a McDonald's. When you're driving down the highway, you probably see a McDonald's sign on almost every exit. Everywhere you go, you see McDonald's, right? Everywhere you go, you see Best Buy, you see Walmart. Everywhere you go, you see a Starbucks. Everywhere you go, you're seeing all of these big brands. You see Coca-Cola everywhere, okay? Brand awareness. You want to be able to reach your customers on as many outlets as possible. The problem is it's a pain in the butt to build up an Instagram, pain in the butt to build up a Snapchat, pain in the butt to build up a Twitter, and pain in the butt to build up a YouTube. But what if you were hijacking your own content, hijacking your own traffic for free to build up all of your social media assets without spending a single dime extra, and they are just become another byproduct of your own marketing? How many of you in here would like to start doing that right now? Just say yes. All right. Who said that? DeAndre said, what would you do on YouTube? Well, on YouTube, you might put promotional videos or reviews of some of the products. Like maybe you go to Fiverr.com and you hire somebody, and you know, you pay them to do a review of the product that you're selling, and you can post those on your YouTube channel. Do you know that some kids make 6 figures a year just opening up boxes of stuff that's shipped to their house? They just unbox stuff, and they make multiple 6 figures a year, sometimes millions of dollars a year. So what would you do on YouTube? You might do quick little product reviews. Here's the thing, even if you do nothing with YouTube, how many of you would agree that it's good to go ahead and get followers there and subscribers there, just in case in the future you do want to do something there? You have them all there. So don't think about today. Don't think about tomorrow. Don't even think about next week. Think about next year. Think about next month, right? Think about that future and what you're going to be able to do with all of these different followers in these different outlets. You've got them in these different outlets. So what you want to do is you want to have all of your followers on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and YouTube, and you want to build up your e-commerce brand. Let me tell you something else. All of these, let's say that you have a brand. Let's just say that your brand is called, let's just say that your brand is called Epic Stuff, okay? This is an actual brand, all right, that you built. Your brand is called epicstuff.com. Okay, so epicstuff.com. That's your brand. Okay, this is your brand. Now, let me tell you something about your brand. Your brand becomes more valuable as it acquires more assets. Okay? Now, what are assets? Well, an asset is a Facebook fan page. An asset is an email list. An asset is an Instagram account, a Snapchat account, a Twitter account, a YouTube account. Now, if you ever go to sell your asset, if you ever go to sell your e-commerce store, one of the first things people are going to ask you is, okay, well, how big is your email list? Okay, well, do you have a Facebook fan page? Okay, well, do you have followers on the other social media outlets? The more that you have everywhere, the more brand value perception you're going to have. If you've got 30,000 followers on Instagram and 50,000 on Twitter and 100,000 YouTube subscribers, when you go to exit your business one day, when you go to sell it, that's going to get you more dime. People are going to be willing to pay more for it because it looks like you've got a bigger brand and you've got brand awareness everywhere. Hold on. Today is not ginger ale. Today is a massive Chick-fil-A Diet Coke. All right. So the idea here with this strategy that I just kind of found out about a couple weeks ago is to be able to build up your brand on all of these other social media assets without ever spending a dime, okay? Or an additional dime, because you're already paying for Facebook traffic most likely. So what you want to do is you want to build these up fast and free. All right, well, E's don't have that many. E's don't have that many marks. Well, no. All right, so fast and free. All right, so build them up fast and free. Very good. Let's just do this right here. All right, so how do you build them up fast and free? We're going to get there. I'm going to show you. Don't worry. All right. Another thing is you want to write this down, okay? So you want to get paid while you build your following, okay? So you want to get paid while you build your following. Very important. All right, so what we want to do is we want to build these up fast and free, and we want to earn money while we're doing it. We want to earn sales. We want to get paid while we're building up our company long term. You've got people that, sit here and think about how much money can I make today, right? And they make money, and they live, and they get by, and they do well. But those are the people that usually end up at some point going broke again and not making any extra additional money, right? Because they're always just thinking about today. As an entrepreneur, as a businessman or a businesswoman, you have to be thinking about the future. And you have to be thinking about, okay, well, what if something happens to Facebook? I don't see that happening, but what if? Now I've got everybody on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and YouTube as well. My same fan base. I've got my email list. Right? You have to think about that's the people that get mega wealth are those ones that are thinking about that. They can foresee, building up a massive brand opposed to just getting paid really quickly. Okay, so the tool that we're going to talk about, you already saw a quick demo on this just last week or the last. I can't, honestly, I have no clue. I can't remember. So the tool that you're going to use is this. All right, so Sniply. It's snip.ly, all right? snip.ly. Now, a friend of mine came on the other week, and he showed you a little bit about how they use Sniply. It was really quick, and I saw this, and I was like, okay, there's something to this. He he made it look so simple, but it's so powerful. Like, I don't think that people really caught on to just how powerful this Sniply tool is that allows us to leverage OPC and to hijack our own content to gain followers. So I tested it. I tested it this week, and I actually tested it on you guys when I sent out some emails. And I ended up getting a couple hundred more followers on some of my social media assets. It was really cool, and I generated a ton of traffic to them as well. So did anybody this past week happen to see me testing this strategy on you in my emails? All right, I literally used this week. Y'all should have seen it. All right, so a lot of you saw it. Cool. I was blown away. And I said, I've got to come back and I've got to add on to that lesson that Cotton came on and taught. And I just want people to really see how they could use this with e-commerce. All right, so Phyllis says, I saw the follow me on Snapchat. All right, very, very good. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's what we're going to do. Okay, so if we come back over to my browser, now that I've kind of set this up and talked about it a little bit, what we're going to do here is now we've got like my e-commerce store open. But first I just want to show you Sniply, okay? Sniply is a tool. It's free to use it, but I actually, like, here's the thing. When I do something, I'm like that go big or go home, go broad or go home. I don't ever do anything just to play. Like, I don't dip my finger in the water. I stick my whole hand in, I jump in the pool, and I swim. So I went ahead and I got one of the paid plans. It's like, I don't know, 30 bucks a month or something like that, and it unlocked some of the more advanced features. Really, really cool stuff. And you can see some of the stuff that I did here. You could see some of the stuff that I did here. I got an 8% conversion rate, all right? I got 143 conversions. That would mean people clicking to follow me, right? And I generated 1,800 clicks. Now, why is that, even though it wasn't to my e-commerce store, why is this so powerful? Guys, I sent emails this week to a replay of our Profit Power Hour, okay? And that's all traffic that was going to watch the replay of last week. But what I did is I double dipped. I hijacked my own content, and I plugged in my Instagram, and I just yesterday plugged in, my Instagram just yesterday, and my Snapchat I plugged in all week long. And I generated 1,800 clicks from my students and over 143 people over to actually convert and start following me. It's 8% conversion rate. Now, what if you had this on your Shopify store? What if somebody came over here to Gear Grabber, right, and they were coming here to buy something, and when they got here, they saw that pop-up that said, follow me on Instagram or follow us on Snapchat, and you still got the sale on Gear Grabber, right? You still got the sale on your e-commerce store, but at the same time, you siphoned your customer over to your Snapchat or to your Instagram for your brand, and you're earning money. You're building up your Facebook page, and you're building up your Snapchat, your you just filter them through, right? Filter them through. And you're building up all your social media assets for no additional money. And you're building, that's adding in just an insane amount of value to your brand. And you're not having to pay anything extra to do it. How many of y'all really like the idea of that? Just say yes. All right? Just say yes. Very powerful, but very simple. All right? So, when I sent out the replay page of the Profit Power Hour, at the top right, this is what you saw. You saw one of these two things. You saw either follow me on Instagram or follow me on Snapchat. Now, hey, Snapchat followers are hard to get because you can't just search for people on Snapchat. So this got me a lot of extra followers just playing around. All right, now, there's a lot of things that you can do here in Sniply, and they're cool. You can customize all of this, and I'm going to play around with it a little bit, like the Instagram one. If I hit edit, so I come over here, and I can edit This particular, let me see where it is. I'm still new to this as well. This one had a 6.67 conversion rate. So let's see if I can edit this. Here we go. All right, so whenever I use Sniply, even as a free tool, at the top right, it's going to put any image that I want, any short message that I want, and a call to action. So an image, a text body, and a call to action. All right, write that down, okay? So what we have, it's like an ad. It's just like an ad, but it's free. All right, we have an image, we have a body, that's where we put the text, right? And then we have a call to action. Now we can do this many different ways. So we can come in here and put in our message right here, all right? Whatever we want. We can make the button say whatever we want, like get this or get deals or see new deals or whatever, all right? And then you put in the URL to your social media asset or wherever you want it to go. You can customize it with a couple of things. Like you could do full width, where it literally sticks to the top of your page, okay? You can do social, where it looks like more like a chat bubble. And of course, you could do candy. So this just makes it look a little bit different. And bean, all right? So it makes it look like a little, I guess, pill. All right. You can go in, you can play with the text color, right? So you can really make it stick out by using different colors here, but I just use black. And you can change the color of the button and pretty much everything on here. It's all custom, all stuff that you can customize. Sorry. The background, I could customize the background of this. So you got to go in and play with it, make it look like you want it. You can position it at the bottom. You can position it at the left, the right, whatever you want to do. And if you pay extra money on the monthly fee, they'll take off the Sniply logo right here. So they'll remove that. So there's no branding on here. All right. Then you go in and you get your Shopify store. Like let's just say that we're marketing these, well, I don't know. Let's just say we're marketing this firefighter t-shirt, okay? We're marketing this firefighter t-shirt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my URL to this t-shirt, okay? I'm going to come back over here to Sniply. Okay, so this is my Sniply account. And I'm on my Instagram one right here. So let me just show you. And then I'll go through making like a whole new one. All right, so I've got two versions. I've got my Instagram and I've got my Snapchat, okay? So let's just say I want followers on my Snapchat, all right? So what I'll do is I'll just come over here and click this to manage. And up here at the top, it's going to say create a new snip. So I'm just going to paste this in here, all right? That is my entire Shopify store URL. Create snip. Okay. Here it is. It lets me manage it and previews. It lets me preview what it's going to look like. All right. Now forget that image of me. All right. Let's imagine that's my Gear Grabber logo. All right, or Instagram or something like that, and it says follow Gear Grabber on Snapchat for special discounts. Follow Gear Grabber on Instagram for special discounts or special deals or special promotion. Just something little. All right. You customize this to the way that you want it. All right. Done. Simple, easy. All right. It gives you the snip here. All right. So it gives you the little snip. And now, whenever I type this in, I use this URL, I send people to it. Boom. Now, while they're shopping on my Shopify store, and I'm making money, I'm already building up my fan page. What's happening is, well, I mean, they're going to see this message until they X away from it. They're either going to go to my Instagram, and if they do that, they hit follow me. And it's going to take them straight to my Instagram account where they might see other deals, other images, whatever, and they might hit follow. I'm double dipping. I'm hijacking my own content. I'm building my social media asset while I'm earning money, while I'm building my Facebook page. I'm not spending any extra money to do it, and it's a beautiful thing, right? It is an amazing thing that's happening right here because people spend a lot of money to build up their Instagram and a lot of money to build up their Snapchats just to get that. They're buying likes, they're buying followers. Well, now I'm getting paid to get followers, right? Now I'm getting paid to get people from my Shopify store over here to my social media asset. And it doesn't have to be just on social media assets. That's just kind of the idea of this training right here. So let me just take a look at some of the questions here, and let me just see what y'all have in terms of questions. How many of you in here think that this is a pretty solid idea? Now, Nate says, does it reduce sales? Nope. Look, here's the thing, Nate. If somebody wants to buy something from your site, they're going to buy it or they're not going to buy it. End of story. All right? The only thing is, right here, what's going to happen is if they click it, they're going to go to your social media asset where they see more stuff, more intent, more reason to buy. But look, they're still here. This doesn't take away from your Shopify store. All it does is open up a new tab or a new window. So this is all here. I don't think it's going to take away from your sales. What I think it's going to do is it's going to help you make more money because you're going to build more of a social following everywhere, right? Mean says, I just got a text to join your webinar. Yeah, I know. The text messages, like, they legit never go out on time. So if you just got a text message saying to get on my webinar, it's because Ontraport sends them. It takes forever to send them out. It's phenomenal. It's great. Now everybody that forgot about this, or it's going to be 30 minutes late. All right, so it does not reduce sales. All right, can you hijack popular sites? Yes, that's something that Cotton went over last week. Is you could hijack CNN. You can hijack anything. You could probably do it on a YouTube video, as long as you enter it in to Sniply here. All right, so as long as you enter it into Sniply, it's going, and use this link that they give you, it's going to put your little banner across the top. It's legal, it's ethical, it's totally fine to do this. Otherwise, obviously, I wouldn't teach it. I'll go ahead, actually, and I will send y'all the link. So y'all, yeah, let me send y'all the link in the chat box. All right, so let me just pull that up. All right, so if you look in the chat box right now, you should see the Sniply link. Everybody click that link real fast. All right, I'll pull up Sniply again. All right, everybody click this link and well, say yes if you see the link in the chat box. If you're watching the replay of this right now, you're not going to see the link. All right, lots of yeses. Okay, good. So everybody click it. You're going to see how it works. Follow me on Instagram. And before we had 481 clicks on the Instagram one, and then we created this new one. So let's just go in and refresh. It should have the newest one that I created up here. So let's see, Sniply links. All right, so 360 of you already have clicked on that because you see they have analytics. You've got the call to action, the clicks, and the actual conversions, right? So it's really neat. This is it. Where is it? Let's see. Here we go. All right. So it's going to be right here where it says ESA last chance example, because Gear Grabber, that's just a sample product that I did. But you can look at the analytics. So let me refresh. And now you'll see 407 clicks, 157 conversions. Really cool how that works. So this allows you to see exactly how it works. And it's simple. Look, you go to Sniply. I'll type it in. All right. I don't get paid if you use this. I'm just showing it to you because I'm excited about it. It's sniply.com. It's snip.ly. All right. So go there. And when you go there, what you're going to do is you're going to be on your dashboard. You'll see that you've got different plans, all right? Plans limit how many clicks you can get. That's kind of where Sniply gets you, is they limit the amount of clicks you can generate with a plan. So you can hit Manage Plan. And, okay, that's phenomenal. I got the last 4 of my credit card number up there. So they'll let you go in, and they'll let you basically increase your plan and get more clicks and unlock other features, stuff like that. So once you do that, once you increase your plan, which I would recommend, at least I got the basic plan to start. Um, you go in and you create profiles. All right. Now, what is a profile? Well, a profile would be Instagram. A profile would be Snapchat or Facebook or YouTube, right? You're limited to how many profiles you can create at one time based off of the plan that you create. Does everybody get that? Just say yes. Oh, I'm not worried about the credit card. Nobody can do anything with the last four. All right. Uh, so, all right, everybody gets this. So you can only do, um, a limited number of plans. Okay, everybody's got that. Or a limited number of profiles. I did my Instagram, my Snapchat. I don't think that you have to go in and do a zillion at once, but I would definitely do Snapchat and Instagram to start. And you have 5,000 clicks at the basic plan. I think that's enough to get started. But honestly, if I was using this on my Shopify store in this account, I would gobble up 5,000 clicks in a day. So, if you have a high volume store, you might be spending like $100 a month for their biggest plan, opposed to like $10 a month. But what you get for that $100, if you have their biggest plan, or whatever it is so much more valuable than the $100. Would you all agree that if it costs you $100 a month to get unlimited amount of clicks, I'm not sure if that's what their plan is, but let's just say it is, $100 a month to get unlimited amounts of clicks to hijack your own traffic and get followers to all of your social media assets, and you were getting 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000 extra followers a month on your social media assets, would that be worth $100 to you? Do the math. What's a couple thousand divided by $100? And you're literally paying pennies here for followers. So one thing I teach all of my students is you can't look at what's going out. You got to look at what's probable to come back in. Okay, so nothing in life is guaranteed, but is what's going out going to bring in something that gives you a return on your investment? That's how you have to look at things. Allison says, Adrian, do you build the passion niches or general niches? Here's what I do. And Pratash says, can you do any social media platform? I'll answer that. So Allison, let me go back. I already forgot what you asked. Okay, passion niches or general niches. I personally, if you're doing a Snapchat or you're doing a Instagram, I would do your brand. So Gear Grabber. I would let Gear Grabber have a Snapchat and Gear Grabber have a Instagram account. And I would build all the following up to the brand, because that's where the value of your asset is having that massive Instagram account with tons of followers on there. But that's why you need a generic brand. I was talking to Harriet about that while she was here. And, we were talking about how important it is to have a flexible brand, because then you can post anything you want. Can you use this to build up passion Instagram pages? Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Listen, if you are advertising a survival product, okay, you come in here and you might build a profile for an Instagram account that's just about survival stuff. And you only use like this profile. Let's imagine this first one right here. Let me zoom in. Let's imagine that this is a survival Instagram account, and this one is a wine lovers Instagram account. All right, I could have multiple Instagrams and Snapchats on here. I would use this one on any products that I'm marketing that have to do with survival stuff. And then my ads that are pushing people to wine lover stuff, I would use this Sniply, right, which is going to send people to a different Instagram profile. So you can spread it out and build up multiple passion Instagrams, multiple passion Snapchats, and of course you can use it to build your main brand asset. So that's a great point that you made, though. And I think, why not do it all, right? Why not rotate things in? Let me see where I can pull this back up. Okay, so why not do it all? That's what the point I was making. So assets that you could build up. Okay, so you can build. Okay, so rotate and build passion. I would say passion. We'll say pages and your brand pages. Rotate and build. So maybe for a while you're sending people to different passion Instagrams. Then maybe you switch everything over and you start just sending people to your Gear Grabber brand or whatever it may be. You can do that. The beautiful thing about this is that it is something that is interchangeable. It is something that you can go in and you can change in the future. You have access to come in here and modify any of this. Like I can click on it and I can modify any of this stuff right here. And now what I'm doing for my business is I'm building up multiple Instagrams, multiple Snapchats, and I've also still built up one big. But you can't do them all at once. You would need to rotate and conquer, right? Rotate and conquer. Maybe 1 week do this. Maybe 1 week do your passion page, then the next week do your brand page. Then the next week you do your passion page, then the next week you do your brand page. That way you build both of them up somewhat simultaneously. All right, so let me look at, what was it, Pratasha's question. Can you use any social media platform? Yes. All right, and this isn't just for social media. I mean, you could send people to websites. So one thing Cotton showed is what Cotton really talked mostly about was leveraging OPC, leveraging other people's content. And maybe you have, like, let's say, for those of you that, I don't know, let's say you watch UFC, all right? And you were watching the Ronda Rousey fight. Ronda Rousey got, knocked out literally in 18 seconds. It was all over the place. Tons of media. All the biggest blogs were talking about it. Let's say that you have a UFC fan page, all right? Or you sell fighter gear or whatever on your Shopify store. You go and you get one of those viral articles, right, about the Shopify, about the fight that's on a big website. You share it on your fan page, right? And when you do that, you overlay your Shopify store or your social media asset. So you're leveraging other people's content that's gone viral to build up your own following and to get traffic. And more importantly, I think hijacking your own content to build up these assets, because let me tell you something. You can never go back in time and get that click. You can never go back in time and monetize that same person again within that click. So if you don't do it now, you're every second that you're not doing this, you're costing yourself. Every second that you're missing out on this, you're costing yourself followers you're not going to get. You can't go back in time and get. So I think it's important to start using this. George says Snipply plan, the big one is $149 a month. Yeah, it's not cheap, but nothing good is cheap. Some people email me, and just off the bandwagon, off for a second. Some people email me and say, Adrian, why would I pay and invest $25 for your Ecom Success Academy program when Joe Blow over here has an e-commerce training that's $67 with 30 upsells in it? Well, I don't know. Maybe because I actually do $500,000-$600,000 a month in sales, and the training inside of my stuff is awesome, epic, in depth, and actually is like real strategies that you can use to become successful. Whereas this other person's cheaper product is full of a bunch of theory and BS, really. So you get what you pay for. And actually, I believe with my stuff, you get far more than you pay for. And I believe with something like this, you get far more than you pay for. But that's what I was talking about earlier, is you got to look at, first off, what's your budget? Does it make sense for you, right? And if you put that $150 out or whatever it is, do you feel like what you're going to get back is worth more than $150 a month? Do you feel like you could earn more than 150 bucks a month with that? For those that had to make that decision to get into ESA, do you feel like you could earn more than $2,500, right? Um, that's the mindset that you have to have when it comes to investing, right? Spend money, invest money. Consumers spend, entrepreneurs invest. This isn't a big investment, it's a wise investment. And you can start small and you can blow it up, whenever you want to. But I personally, when I saw this, I'm circling back around and I'm saying, yo, this is a powerful tool. And like, I don't think it was, focused on to the highest extent, or to the extent at which I would have preferred it to, and I didn't even know about it. Otherwise, I would have jumped in. So I wanted to come back around. I wanted to show this tool. It's so simple to use. I mean, you see, there's not a lot of buttons. There's not a lot of stuff you could do here besides, just get traffic. Plug in your stuff. And I'll come back around and I'll maybe do some case studies on this. I'll maybe do some other trainings on this here in the future. How many of you in here would like for me to maybe do a couple of ecom case studies with Sniply and then come back on and show those in the future? Just say yes. All right. And how many of you tonight are going to go and use this strategy right here? All right. See lots of yeses. All right. Damien. No, Damien. I'm not giving out a link for to enroll in ESA. It's we did an early bird. The only person there's only one person I let promote it this week, and that was it. So no, the idea of this webinar is not to get you an ESA. The idea of this webinar is to give you this training. It launches later on, like in a week or two. But I don't think I'm gonna come on a webinar and talk about it, because I already did an opening for it a couple of weeks ago. So, but other people will be promoting it. Let's just see here. What other questions do we have? Adrian, can you make a business plan webinar? I can do a webinar on how to structure, how I structured my business at least. Let's see. Where was that? William Smith, the answer to your question is yes. Actually, just in regards to that statement. I don't want to talk about ESA too much on here because I know not everybody has it. I was actually talking to my attorney about getting a non-disclosure agreement for those for those campaigns, because they're like actual real campaigns that I run. But we got it all settled, and they're going up. So we're going to do like a cool digital NDA, but we've got that all set up now, because I'm actually giving away like real stuff. Like, people don't typically do that. So those will be up. As a matter of fact, they'll be up tomorrow. So they will be up tomorrow before anybody else sees them. Only my students see them first. Okay, let's see. Just looking over some of the questions. Nate says, how many people are using your course today? Thousands. Definitely a couple thousand. All right, let's see. Anything related to the content I taught here? Yes, I think my course is amazing and all that good stuff. But anything about what I'm teaching here? I brought up ESA, and then I got like 1,000 questions about ESA, which is good. I want you to all love it and be involved with it and enroll in it. But this webinar tonight is for Sniply. All right, the licensing, yes, there will be all new training on art licensing in there as well. All right, let me just come back over here and see what we got. Does Sniply work on mobile? Yes, I tested it. It looks phenomenal on mobile. So if you're getting mobile traffic, Sniply looks great. I've tested it. It works great. Definitely use it for mobile. All right. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so a couple of things here. Um, I am going to be sending out an email probably tomorrow or the next day. We're about to give away money, by the way, to a Facebook post that has this video in it right here. Okay, so it has this video. This is a highlight reel of ESA, and I'm going to ask you guys if you've used the course or you like my training or whatever. I'm going to ask you to click on that link and just leave feedback under this video on Facebook. It's not on Facebook yet, but I'm going to ask you to leave some feedback on it because I'm going to post this video on Facebook. People are going to see it, and I just want them to see. I just want them to get feedback from real students. How many of you in here would be willing to go here and leave me some feedback under this video once I email it to you? I got to post it and I've got to email it over to you. Just say yes. Okay, cool. So just be on the lookout for that email. And the reason I ask that some of y'all do that is because there is a bunch of junk online and people always get negative and they go under videos and say this is a scam, this doesn't work, Adrian Morrison's not real, and it's, you know, he hasn't really made $4 million and all this stuff, you know, haters and negative people. So it's really great to have that positive vibe under there where people could see like real students that have seen stuff. So we'll simply work on Facebook pages. Yes, my understanding is that simply will work over anything. You know, it's up to you. It's not really a pop-up. It's an overlay is really what it is. All right, cool. So let's give away some money. I'm going to give away $100. Last week we gave away like 1,000. I think I gave away 1,000. I don't even know if that was last week. Does anybody know how much money I gave away last week? Tell me in the chat box. Okay, it was 1,000. I gave away $500 to 2 people. I've kind of we did so much filming, so much stuff all at once. I can't even remember what happened. Congrats! Somebody just said I made 15 sales so far, and I just started. Todd, congrats to you for making your first sales. All right, so let's have a little bit of fun. I'm going to pull up my Facebook page, and I would love to get some feedback here. So let's just go to home. I'm going to give you all a very specific post. It's a comment on. Oh, I gave away. Maybe I gave away $250 last week. I don't know. I gave away so much money, I forget. I think we're coming up on like 50 grand that I've given away on these webinars. Just around $50,000 is what I've given away. So, you know what? I don't really have any post on here that is fresh and new. So, what we'll do is we'll just play in the chat box. All right. So, in the chat box, just give me a hashtag crush it. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to go through. I'm going to choose a $100 cash prize winner. I'm going to give you all a couple of seconds to do that. Pull this person's face that blew up on my profile off so they're not being displayed to the world. All right, so I see lots of crush its in here. So many crush its. Cool, cool, cool. All right, and remember, I'm going to shoot you an email with the replay of this. And, oh, that's the video going where I was filming Harriet and Vic while they were on stage. You should go watch these videos, by the way. These are really awesome behind the scenes of like what it's like to film a real, you know, television info commercial. So it was really, really awesome. And I really did enjoy learning from both Vic and Harriet. They were able to share so much insight with me on what it's like to be on one of these webinars, you know, and the excitement that's there, the motivation, the inspiration that's there. And I got to tell you, just hearing them talk made it worth coming up here every Tuesday night and doing this, because a lot of people, they don't. A lot of people only do a webinar when there's something that they want to sell you. I do webinars every week. 95% of these webinars are meat and potatoes. You know, I offered OMG and I offered Onyx program once and I offered my brother, and that's it for a full year. So, you know, it makes it worth getting up here. A lot of, like Vic said in the group, He said, you know, Adrian, you all day on Tuesdays, you know you eat in Chick-fil-A or and you know you spend the whole day prepping for this webinar, and he said thank you to me for that, which was really cool. But I can't do anything on Tuesdays. My Tuesdays revolve around this hour, the 2 hours right here. I can't be in an airport. I can't be if I'm at an event. I have to come back to the hotel to be here because I want these to be live. I don't want them to be pre-recorded. I like the live aspect. So, you know, I've dedicated a good part. It's not just this hour. My whole week and the schedule that I make revolves around this hour. And it was really cool to just, you know, hear how much people really enjoyed it, because I could see your comments here, but to really sit down and talk with somebody about how they also plan their week around this webinar, and they also, you know, cancel appointments, and they also cancel dinners or miss parties so they can be alive on these webinars, was really cool for me to hear. It's just really amazing. So our winner tonight is, I'm just scrolling up and down, up and down. All right, so tonight's winner is, I think this is a new name for me that I've landed on here. Jennifer Zorilla. Jennifer Zorilla. Zorilla. Jennifer Zorilla. I just landed on you. All right, so German says I can't cancel dinners at 3 in the morning, but a lot of you stay awake, right, to get on these webinars, which is insane, you know, I mean, in a good way. All right, so Jennifer Zorilla, I need your information. Give me your PayPal address, Jennifer. And, oh, there you are, Jennifer. Jennifer, how many of these webinars have you been on before? Because it seems like I would recognize your last name because it's really a unique last name. Rena's coming here from Israel. Wow, wow. So, and so is BD. Awesome. All right, so Jennifer. Okay, you've been here a couple of months. It's weird. Maybe you typically your last name doesn't show up or something. Okay, cool. So Jennifer Zarilla, you won $100. This is your first time to win. Congrats to you. Trina says, when will your book be available? Probably about 2 months. Well, it's only going to be available on our television show, and of course we'll email everybody that's, you know, a member of our trainings and our webinars and stuff, and we'll give you the opportunity to get that book as well. So we'll probably do, like, I don't know, it's like $20. But they're not totally ready yet, but they will be. We filmed the show, we got to edit it, it's going to go live. So once again, how many of you in here, Jennifer, let me make sure I saved this. I get ahead of myself. Okay. Gotcha. What I want to do here is save that. Okay, I've got it saved. All right, how many of you in here really enjoyed tonight's training, though, and are glad then I went on and touched on this again and gave you another point of view on this, on how you could build up your social media assets? How many of you in here feel like this training that you got was well worth your time, and it's something that to you over the long term could be worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars? Andre says, what TV show are you on? I filmed my own TV show that we're publishing. It's called Success TV. You can come here to my Facebook fan page and you can see some behind the scenes information on that, of the TV set, of the filming, and of some of the students we had fly down. Looks like somebody else said, who has more followers, you or Anthony? I don't know. Anthony, you know, he has had more exposure than I have. He was on, you know, CNN and TV for a lot longer than I was. I was on TV for like 3 years. I imagine he's got more followers. But I love messing with Anthony because I'm verified on Facebook, so the blue check here, because so many people make fake profiles. And they try to like make fake Adrian profiles and sell like scammy stuff that I don't endorse. So Facebook ended up verifying me. So people would know that this is the real profile. And Anthony doesn't have his blue check mark, so he's just really upset about it. That his little brother's verified and he's not. How many of you think that's really funny, though? and you're gonna have a really good time making fun of him and poking at him that he's not verified. As a matter of fact, if you're ever on one of his lives or his webinar, you should ask him why his little brother is verified and he's not. he, he can't take it. It's really funny. All right, I got a $100 winner. I've shown y'all a very powerful yet simple strategy, and what I'll do is I will also send out the notes. So I'm going to send out these notes to y'all, and I'll also email you and ask you to leave some feedback on that video that I'm going to post on Facebook for ESA. So I'll send you these notes. It's not much, but it's I believe that they are important. Start building up your social media assets, and I look forward to seeing you succeed. I'll see you next week, same place, same time, Profit Power Hour. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Snapchat, right? Those are the main two that I use, and I send out links to those here and there, and you'll get some more behind-the-scenes footage of some of the stuff that we do, like the television show, and I do a lot of stuff on Snapchat. And become a practitioner, right? Use these platforms, master them, and I promise you it's going to build more valuable for your business in the future. So go out there, build your brand, crush it, make some sales. I'll see you next week. Congrats to our winner, Jennifer, and have a fantastic night. I'm going to take a little a nap probably. I've been exhausted from all the filming. And next week, I might have my brother or somebody come on here with me and teach a little bit of some stuff. I think it's sometimes fun to, I might even bring on like Harriet or Jeffrey or somebody else possibly, you know, in the next couple of weeks, just to come on here and co-teach and hang out and answer and ask some questions for some meat and potatoes training. So be on the lookout for that. I think it's fun when we do stuff like that. And I will see you all next week. All right. Bye, y'all. Have a great night. Good night, y'all.